sorry.
The dreaded two words that no car man ever wants to hear. I'm pregnant. Time to throw away the car and buy a minivan and just die. What if you had 3 kids? Well, you're fucked. What if you had 3 kids, 4 dogs, and a cat and a bunch of chickens? Well, you don't really like cars. You like tractors and your cousin. Well, I have a miracle for you. There is hope. Sort of. Last month, we reviewed a cool 83 Malibu. Pure raw power with no regards for cosmetic features. Well, here's Dan's 2005 Cobalt SS Supercharged. You would think that this 10-year-old beauty is owned by a 20-year-old bachelor. The first time Dan showed me this car, it was unmolested. It had some scratches and dings, something you expect from a car that's showing its age. Just like a family man that just spent all day chasing after children, it was spent. But practically overnight, it got Botox and a boob job. Kim Kardashian, eat your ass out. I mean your heart. I want to inform you that I am a little biased. I used to own a supercharged Cobalt, 2 of them to be exact, but it's been so long that I've forgotten what they're like. They're like my college days. Partying all night, docking championships, and all around, I don't actually remember. Woo! We're streaking! We're streaking! Woo! But now that I'm grown and I had that kiss my ass tattoo removed, is this Cobalt just like how I remembered it? Well, let's go find out. Back in my college days, I had a supercharged Cobalt with a 2.8 pulley on it. You know, pretty close to having to run methanol. And this car setup's not too far from it. It's got a 2.9 pulley. He's got your header. He's got front mount, cold air intake, all your basic necessities to make sure this car goes down the road every day. You know, it's been a while since I've driven one of these things, and you know, they still handle really well for a 10-year-old car. You'd be surprised how well they take corners. We're headed down Kings Highway here. We're not going to be doing any flying laps, but we're going to just test out how well this puppy's aged well. Does it still have pimples like back in the day, or is this thing matured into a nice, graceful man's car? Now, I'm going to say it's doing pretty well. You know, it may not keep up with all the newer cars that are coming out nowadays, but I've personally have driven this car on the Rigged Edge before, and you know, versus my current sports car, which was a $30,000 car, paying less than $6,000 for the car and modifications it's pretty good. That's something you can definitely write home about. All these Honda boys are always talking about how they spend so little on cars and have the fastest cars. I think this thing will give for the run for the money for performance-wise and just overall funability. Meanwhile, you can still have your kids in the back seat and they spill ice cream everywhere, and you're not upset about it because it didn't really cost that much. Future upgrades that Dan plans on doing is he would like to run even a smaller pulley. He wants to get some carbon fiber parts. He definitely wants to eliminate the 4x4 suspension that's still currently riding on. It'd be, you know, it's still really great driving car. It handles great. The greatest thing about Dan is a painter. He's made this thing go from looking, you know, outside it looked all right, just looking like a brand new car. And I think this car still has 10 plus more years in it before it starts hitting the hay. You can't ever get wrong with the supercharger whine. I mean, listen to this thing whine real quick. You can do that all day long. It's building boost really nice still, so with a car with 100,000 miles on it, this is definitely a great bang for buck car. So don't fret about having children unless you have a demonized child with a knife in his hand that plans on ripping the thing apart. You should be more worried about your current girlfriend that writes swear words with knives into the paint job. But thankfully Dan can fix that. Not that he has a girlfriend off to the side. In conclusion, you don't need to trade in your street life for the dad life. You need to balance life's equation. Bring on the midlife crisis, and most importantly, you're my boy, Blue!
The car is blue, like Milo's too.
animals, I'm fearful that my kids will die.